the edge of night, a dead man's voice.
Hey, Mrs. Whitney!
Pierces the night air and sends a chill through Raven. All My Children, The Edge of Night. Weekdays.
Come in.
Excuse me, Mrs. Whitney. I came to see if there was anything else you'd care for.
No, just take the tray away.
Yes, ma'am. Perhaps you'd like some fresh coffee, though.
No. I just want to go to sleep until the jury meets and this whole thing is over. Oh, God, Spencer, what if the verdict isn't in my favor?
I'm sure that won't happen, Mrs. Whitney.
Well, what if it isn't? It means that I'll have to go on trial and go to jail. You have no idea how awful it was in jail.
I know that wasn't a very pleasant experience for you.
A lot of things have happened to me. Next to Skylar's death, that was the worst.
Please, Mrs. Whitney, try not to worry about it.
Well, how is she?
Well, how do you think she'd be? The woman's in torment.
Well, if she thinks things are bad now, how's she going to feel tomorrow when she sees the news?
Thought you were asleep, Mrs. Whitney.
I can't sleep. I'm lying up there. I thought I'd come down and find a juicy book. Are you reading anything good?
Not quite that.
I don't believe it.
What is it?
The first thing I look at, Warden Laws, 20,000 years of Sing Sing.
Mrs. Whitney, listen to me. Everything will be all right. Everything will be all right. Sleep now, Mrs. Whitney. Just try to put everything out of your mind.
I thought I wanted to read, but I guess I was too tired.
No, I'm going to turn out the light now.
Okay.
Try to get some sleep.
Thank you, Spencer.
Good night, ma'am.
Discovers with those five on him, time discovers with those five on him. Early in the morning.
What are you doing?
Spencer! It's your old pal from the frozen Alps. Spencer, I gotta stay here, kiddo. I got thrown out of my room.
Don't be ridiculous. Libby wouldn't do
No,
something.
I gotta stay here. I got no place else to. Besides, you said that there's nobody here, so it doesn't make any difference. So I'm gonna stay right
You're
here.
wrong. I just told you everybody isn't gone.
Oh, well, listen, Spencer, you can't throw me out. You want to see a multi-millionaire's guy sleeping on the gutter?
I am trying to tell you that the house isn't empty. She is here
Who's here?
right now.
Who is
Raven Whitney is here, upstairs in her bedroom.
She is.
Hey, Raven!
Stop that.
Hey, Mrs. Whitney! Raven!
Spencer, you can't throw me out. I don't have any place else to go. Now, look, you wouldn't want to see a multi-millionaire sleeping in a gutter.
I'm telling you, she is here right now. The house isn't empty.
Who's here?
Raven Whitney, she's upstairs in her bedroom.
She is?
Yes.
Hey, Raven!
Stop that.
Hey, Raven! Hey, Mrs. Whitney! Oh.
Spencer, what's going on?
It's all right, Mrs. Whitney.
Who is that? What happened?
It's just some lunatic. He pushed his way into the house before I could stop him.
Well, how'd he do that?
He told me he was a reporter. I'm very sorry, but you don't need to worry. You can go back to your room now. I'll take care of everything.
I still remember when you brought that home for me, Sky. I was so thrilled. It meant so much to me to know that you loved me enough to want to see me even when I wasn't here. And now you're not here. And all I have is a picture. No. I have more than that. I have memories.
That's right, Raven. I was not always Skylar Whitney.
There was a time in the very dim past when I was someone else. Someone named Jefferson Brown. But now I am Sky. And this is my house. And you are my wife, Mrs. Schuyler Whitney.
Yes, that's right. And I shall always be Mrs. Schuyler Whitney.
Raven, Schuyler Whitney was a killer.
No, that's not true.
He killed Gunther Wagner. He killed Bobby Gerard. He would have killed you next.
No. He might have been an imposter, but he was not a murderer.
He's the man who stole those documents from my father. He was a traitor and a spy.
You just hate him. Everybody hated him. But I loved him. And he loved me.
But it must be true. A man kills the thing he loves most.
No. That's not true. That's not true.
Schuyler, I just want to tell you one thing. I have never, ever loved a man as much as I love you. And you have made me so happy. I just want you to know that.
Be much good in South America, but I'm gonna take the mink. I guess I'll never see this house again. And I'll never see my portrait again either. But I'll never forget you, Sky. We have to go.
Can I even have a moment by myself?
We have a long trip ahead of us.
I know what's ahead of us.
It won't be bad, believe me. With $20 million, life can't possibly be bad.
All right, let's go. Let's get it over with.
What now?
Nora, Dr. Klingerman told me to... Raven.
No, you're not gonna stop me!
What are you doing? Get out of my way. Raven, what is going on here? Raven!
You idiot!
She doesn't love me.
Are you sure that you have enough gas to get us to Springfield?
Yeah, you got nothing to worry about, baby.
Stop her and she ran away.
How did she get away? All her cars are still in the garage.
She didn't take her car. She thought it'd be stopped. She called for a taxi.
So how long do you think this is going to take?
I don't know. I never drove all the way to Springfield before.
Well, it takes 3 hours by train. Do you suppose it'll take that long?
Oh, just sit back and relax, lady.
Are you sure we have enough gas?
We'll pass a lot of stations. Don't worry. Just leave it to good old Smiley Lewis. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, God, what am I doing? I'm turning myself into a fugitive. I'll be running for the rest of my life. What's that?
We're getting low on gas.
I told you it was a long way to Springfield. I told you should have stopped before we left.
There's bound to be a station up here.
Well, what if there isn't? We can't just stop here.
Oh, yeah, there's a cop car. Well, why don't we stop and ask?
No. That's all right. Just keep driving.
Well, whatever you want, lady. Nothing. Went at least a mile down the road.
Well, we can't just stay here, so why don't you do something?
Our best bet is at the phone booth. We passed.
So you're gonna leave me here alone?
What do you want me to do?
I told you to fill the tank with gas before we left. I told you.
Well, you told me. You're starting to sound like my old lady. Now, look, I'll be back, okay?
Hasn't he? I mean, who would have thought that he could really convince that lady that she'd committed murder? And that she'd have to buy her way out of the country. But he did it. Gotta give the guy credit.
I think the phrase is, give the devil his due.
Yeah, it's something like that. But don't worry about it, Spence. There's gonna be plenty for all of us. After all, $20 million divides up real easy.
20 million? What are you talking about?
You didn't tell him? That's what she's got in her luggage, Spencer. $20 million in negotiable bonds. And after a while, she and her precious money are gonna be separated. Well, gotta go. See you folks later.
Wait a minute. How does Smiley plan to do this separating?
Hey, don't get nervous about it. You don't have to do it.
It's my neck as well as his. I want to know what he's going to do.
He's not gonna hurt her. Hell, he's not even gonna rob her. Robbery's against the law, you know.
How will he get the money?
Well, as a matter of fact, it's quite simple. The police are gonna take it away from her.
What's going on here?
Nothing, officer.
Sheriff Floyd C. Beauregard. Well, if there's nothing going on, how come you're sitting out here in this car all by yourself in this hot sun?
Because we ran out of gas and the driver had to go get help.
You better tell me something else, lady. I've heard them all now. We got a lot of people stopping on these nice country roads to do things not so nice, like rendezvousing with other cars for sales of illegal substances. You get the drift of what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
How do I know that you're not a contact?
Look, my driver, I'm waiting for him to come back.
Well, then, in that case, why don't we just satisfy the curiosity of Sheriff Floyd C. Beauregard and check out all of your luggage, ma'am. We'll start with this piece. What's going on here?
Nothing, officer.
Sheriff, ma'am. Sheriff Floyd C. Beauregard. Now, if there's nothing going on here, why are you sitting in this car all by yourself in this hot sun?
Because the car ran out of gas, and so the driver had to go get help.
You're gonna have to come up with something better than that, ma'am. I've heard them all. You see, we got a lot of people stop here in these nice country roads to do some things that are not so very nice, like people stopping to rendezvous with other cars for sales of certain illegal substances. You get the gist of what I'm saying, ma'am?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
you could very well be a contact.
I am waiting for my driver to come back.
Yes, well, in that case, why don't we just satisfy the curiosity of Sheriff Floyd C. Beauregard and check out all of your luggage, ma'am. Let's start with this piece.
Wait a minute, you can't do that.
I'm a sheriff, Sheriff Floyd C. Beauregard, ma'am, and that entitles me to do as I wish.
But you don't have a warrant.
You are absolutely correct, ma'am. So why don't we just go down to the station house and take care of this nice illegal?
No, I am not going with you. You have no reason to arrest me.
Well, in that case, I will have to continue with this search, ma'am. Let's have a look here. What do we got? What do we got? Bonds. Bonds. Millions and millions of dollars in bonds. Could that buy a lot of hashish, marijuana, and all them other certain illegal substances? Oh! Ah! Ah!
I'll be free in about an hour, if you'd care to drop by then.
I'll be there. I'm going to pick your brains, Aunt Geraldine.
God, I can't believe it. I stole a car. Wait a minute. I thought this gas tank was supposed to be empty. Can I be driving a car with no gas?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like a room.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, ma'am.
I would like a room. What do you think? I want a train ticket?
Okay. Just sign the book. Charlotte Webb. Now, you don't have to pay in advance, Miss Webb. The rate's $25.
Okay. Could you change a $500 bill? $20 million, and I don't have enough change for a coin machine. Who is it?
Got your change here, Mrs. Webb. Yeah, 35 for the room leaves $350.
Wait a minute, you said 25 for the room, and that leaves $475.
Oh, I'm sorry. Forgot. How come you're carrying such big bills around, honey?
None of your business.
I think I got it figured out. You're a bank robber.
Thanks for the change. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I think I'll call the cops and find out.
All right, come in, quick. All right, it's true, I'm running.
Well.
But not from the police. From my husband. He's an animal.
I figured you were married. The ring.
Observant, aren't you?
You get that way in the motel business.
Anyway, my husband's a gambler, and that's why I have all these big bills, and I told him that if he continued to gamble, I was going to leave him.
You did, too, didn't you? Took some of them big bills with you.
Well, a girl has to live, doesn't she? Anyway, you don't want him to catch up with me, do you? Because if he does, he's going to call the police, and that means they'll come and take me back to him, and he's going to beat me up again.
I wouldn't want to see that happen, not to that pretty face.
Tell me something. Do you know a sheriff named Floyd C. Beauregard?
No.
Well, he and my husband are gambling friends, and they drink together, and I think he sent him after me.
Maybe we can make a deal.
Yeah.
Don't worry, honey. I'll protect you. Nobody will know you're here. Oh, if you need something to eat, there's a tea room next door. A cop wouldn't be seen dead there.
Thank you. Wolfie Thorne. Sounds like a gangster, but I guess that's who you have to deal with when you're a fugitive. Oh, Sky. What am I gonna do?
It certainly was a surprise to find out I'm not the only one who's after Jeff Brown. Made me feel a bit less lonely.
You know you're not the only one. You know I'm still here to help you.
What happened to Spencer's name? Aren't the two of you still partners?
The special, please.
Oh, good evening, miss. Would you like to sit over here?
Sure, that'll be fine. I think I'll sit on this side, okay?
Would you care for something to drink?
Oh, I would love a double vodka martini.
Oh, we don't serve liquor. But if that's what you want, there's a tavern down the street where all the men go. But I don't think you'd want to go there. I'll just get you a menu.
All of the men, huh? That sounds great. Just my luck I'd run into a cop.
Okay, just don't take any chances, Smiley. You stuck your neck out too much as it is.
She's seen me 3 times and doesn't know it. The judge in the courtroom, the cab driver, and Sheriff Floyd C. Beauregard.
Yeah, I know you're a genius, but this fox is no dummy. The next disguise may be one too many.
This disguise is going to be the best of all.
Just remember what happens if it doesn't fool her. We all may wind up disguised as convicts.
And all I know, Brother Heck, is that there's around $20 million sitting in that motel room, and tomorrow it's going to be in my hands. And we're going to be skipping the country, not Mrs. Raven Whitney.
I hope you're right. Thought I'd pay cash tonight, seeing as how you've been so nice.
So all you had was a couple of beers and a half a dozen phone calls. Let's just say this one's on the house.
Ah, Eureka. Thanks a lot, Sid. You're a pal.
Hector, are you really sure about what I asked you about Smiley?
About his being a bank robber? Forget it, Sid. Smiley's just a clown. You can't take him seriously.
Don't worry. I don't.
I hope Raven Whitney does.
The special is carrot cutlet.
I'll think about that, okay?
Just take your time.
Excuse me, young lady, but would you mind terribly if I joined you?
Well, you know there are some tables around the corner.
Yes, I know, but I hate eating alone. Well.
I'm coming. Hello?
Morning, Mrs. Webb.
Hey, I don't remember leaving a wake-up call.
I just thought you might like to see the morning paper.
Put it on my bill.
It's a gift from me to you.
You sure you can afford it? What's my chances of getting some breakfast sent here anyway?
0, honey. It's against the rules.
Can't you bend them a little? Just some coffee and a roll or
No,
something?
I'm sorry. The boss is real strict about that. No eating in the rooms. Well, why don't you go back to the tea room? Or didn't you like the place?
You ever have a carrot cutlet? Okay, I'll go down there.
Okay, see you later, Mrs. Webb.
I don't believe there's nothing about my jumping bait. Damien must not have said anything. He still loves me. Who Who is it?
It's Mrs. Peabody.
Who?
Mrs. Peabody, don't you remember me? We met in the tea room last night.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good morning, Miss Wells. I trust you had a good night's rest.
Well, I wasn't sure how I'd sleep after that carrot cutlet, but I guess I was tired.
Oh, I must admit you looked a little peaked. Miss Wells, would it be all right if I stepped inside for a moment? It's drafty in this hallway.
Oh, sure, come in.
Oh, thank you. Oh, well, your room looks just like mine.
Oh, all hotel rooms look alike, don't they?
My room looks a little different this morning. You see, there was a plumbing accident. Yes, you couldn't believe there was water all over the place. Water.
It's too bad.
What made it so bad was that it happened so early. I didn't get my full 40 winks, and I'm feeling so tired as well. I'm so tired.
Maybe you should go lie down for a while.
Yes, I'd love that. I'd love to do that, but unfortunately they're working on my pipes as we speak here, and there's no place for me to lie down. I was wondering if could I possibly stay here just for a few moments to rest?
Well, you know, I was going to go down and get some breakfast, so tell you what, why don't you just come along with me?
Well, no. I've already had breakfast. Getting up so early and all that. Yes, I would enjoy just lying down for a few moments.
I see.
If you wouldn't mind, you could have some breakfast, and I could stay here. I could look over all of your things.
Shoes. Well, what is she, a centipede? What's she doing? It's gotta be here.
Mrs. Peabody! Angry? I should call the police. You're nothing but a thief.
No, you don't understand.
You should be ashamed of yourself, a woman your age.
Miss Wells, I have a terrible headache. I was looking for aspirins.
This is my luggage, not a medicine cabinet.
I tried the medicine cabinet. There was nothing there. I thought maybe in your luggage there would be.
Well, thank God I know well enough to go downstairs and put my valuables in a safe.
Oh, that's very clever. That's very bright.
And if you would like some aspirin, I suggest that perhaps you go downstairs to the front desk and ask the nice man there.
Oh, that's a good idea. I hope so. Thank you very much.
You're very lucky I didn't call the police, or believe me, you would have had a headache.
I hope they fixed my pipes.
I can't call the police to get out of here.
You ready to go, Mrs. Webb?
Yeah, come in.
You get all your stuff out of the safe?
Yeah, I got it all just fine.
Okay. Tell me something. You're driving a taxi. Why?
I'm a taxi cab driver.
I'm gonna see you real soon, Mama.
I can't believe that little old lady was looking through my luggage. Well, it just proves you can't trust anyone these days.
Look out, Mrs. Whitney! Say what? Hey, Mama. How can you talk that way to a dude whose life almost just got wasted?
Well, listen, you're just real lucky that this car has good brakes, or you would have been dead right now.
That'd be real bad news, because I'd hate to leave this world without first getting the chance to know you. What do you say, Mama? You and me, we gots to get acquainted. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Wait a minute, what are you doing?
Like it when you
Don't step one step closer
That's
to
no
me.
way to talk to a highway buddy when you just saved my life. And I'm trying to show you how grateful I am.
What do you want?
Just don't know where to begin. The list is so long. Money, yeah, I could use some finances. You got the look, money. You got the smell of money. Yeah. First, give me the money, Mama.
All right, here you are. This is all I have.
Well, that's not enough.
It's all I have.
Darling, something tells me you're not being honest with me. Something tells me maybe you got some more stashed in that luggage there. Something tells me. And when something tells me, it usually is so. Why don't I just take a look for myself?
There's nothing in the car. Get out of there, you stupid pig.
Sure
There's nothing in my luggage, you dirty.
Tongue, don't you, huh? Of all the women I've ever known, you've probably got the biggest mouth. Ah, that's it.
All right, you can have it.
Bon voyage, Mama. I got what I want.
I have a feeling that Mrs. Whitney is going to have the last laugh on all of us.
Oh, my beautiful clothes. My makeup. Well, thank heavens he didn't get my mink.
Yeah? Wait a minute, will you, Smiley? Calm down. I can't understand what you're saying.
I'm saying she's a witch, Hector. She's a witch. She's got to be a witch of some kind. I can't believe it. She got away again.
What happened? What's wrong?
I checked all of her luggage, and the bonds aren't there. Well, she's gone, and she's got the money with her.
It's a real nice room. You should be comfortable here. There's just one thing.
Yes?
Guests without luggage got to pay in advance.
Okay. There, that should do it.
I'll say. Oh, try not to use all the towels. We only change them every 2 days.
Well, what do you want?
I want to see Nora.
Sounds urgent.
Yes, it's personal business.
What are you doing here? Listen, Spencer, excuse us for a moment. What's wrong?
We lost her again.
You did what?
Now, just listen, will you? Could we sit down and talk? Okay. Now, Smiley wants to know everything you told her about the arrangements you made for her escape. Every detail. That's the only way we can trace her. And for heaven's sakes, please don't tell me you gave her a phony setup, because if you did, the whole thing is out the window.
Of course I didn't. I gave her the name of a guy in New York who really does get people out of the country. I thought it'd be a good idea if she contacted somebody who really did and split for a while, so we'd have a chance to escape with the money. Smiley agreed.
Okay, well, come on. The name. Who? Where?
A guy named Wolfie Thorne. He hangs out in a bar on East 9th Street called the Pirate's Den. Whitney residence. Yes, Mrs. Whitney.
Nora, is it safe to talk?
Perfectly safe. I am so glad to hear from you. I was very, very worried about you.
I'm okay. Have the police been there?
No one suspects you jumped bail. You're really safe. But listen, where are you? Exactly. Oh, I see, yes. Mrs. Whitney, I cannot tell you how glad I am to hear from you.
Things change.
Phone call is here, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you. Excuse me.
I think that guy was a bookie. He gets so many phone calls.
Not a bookie, but he's gambling. Hey, heck, I've been on such a trip, I don't believe it. I don't know where she is.
Why didn't you call me?
I checked all of her luggage, every piece, right? She's got the money with her. What a bummer.
Listen to me, Smiley. If you had called, I could have told you where she is.
Yeah, right. I'll probably get bombed. What? Wait, what'd you say?
I know where Raven Whitney is. At least I know where she was.
Where?
I went to the Whitney household, and she was kind enough to call home. She spoke to Nora.
But heck, where is she?
Okay, well, hang on a second. Let me get it out for you. Okay. She's in a town called Sycamore Hills. At the Sycamore Hills Motel, probably the only one in town. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, well, you better hurry. Hope she hasn't left.
Got it. Warm up the car, Cato.
Beautiful clothes. All I have is polyester. All I can say is, when I get to South America, I am going to buy me the most beautiful, big damn wardrobe in the whole world. And I'm going to have $20 million to do it with, too.
I wonder if you could do me a favor. My wife is staying here, and we had a little fight, and she took off. I really got to talk to her.
So call her on the house phone.
Yeah, well, I thought maybe you could give me the room number. Yeah, if I call her on the house phone, she's just going to hang up, and she'll probably take right off and stick the hotel with a bill.
Well, it's 3:08. But that doesn't mean she'll see you. She stuck a do not disturb sign on our door last night.
I just got to figure a way to get her to open the door. Thanks.
Okay. Get that all ready. Now, pick up a few more things when I get to New York. I should be all set. Wolfie Thorne, Far Out Travel Agency. Yes, operator, I would like to place a long-distance call to New York City, please.
Yes, I need to speak to a Mr. Thorne, please.
This is Wolfie Thorne. Who's this?
Well, some friends of mine informed me that you could help me make some travel arrangements. You see, I need a passage to South America, and I don't have any papers, if you know what I mean, and I was told that perhaps you could help.
You bet I can, baby. That's my specialty. I'm gonna tell you right up front, it costs.
How much?
I can get you on a freighter to South America, comfortable cabin, good food. No questions asked. It's 25 grand up front. And if you're a cop lady, I'm only pulling your leg.
I'll be there in the morning.
You mean the price is okay? Hello? Hey. How about that? You didn't even bargain. Well, you can afford that, lady. You can afford a lot more.
Any people expecting a fire?
He's the chief of our volunteer fire department. He always carries his gear along with him, just in case. Oh, excuse me.
That's it. That's it.
Yes, I'm ready to check out, so if you could send someone for the luggage, and will you please have the bill ready when I get down? Thank you very much.
Fire! Fire! Fire, ladies, better get out of here as fast as you can, or I'll take care of this stuff.
Oh my
Wait.
God! There is a fire!
It's okay, lady. Get back in your room. Get back in your room.
Save my baby! I can't go out like this!
Hey, you're not Hector. Who is this?
This is Jim, Smiley. It sounds like your luck has run out, my friend. Why don't you come on over to Sid's and we'll talk about it, huh?
As expected, legislators responded to the budget appeal along party lines. In local news, retired plumber Julian Dartmouth was $1 million richer today when he won the state lottery.
What happened to the back of your car, lady? Looks like somebody smacked it up real good.
Yeah, right. My husband drives a cab during the day. He's very careless. How much did you say it was?
That's 15 even.
Over here you go. Keep the change. Thank you.
Today in a wild shootout in Haddon. The men identified. Just 2 short weeks ago, Jinx Avery stood beside Monticello Police Chief Derek Mallory and took her marriage vows. Just moments ago, it was announced that Mrs. Derek Mallory died quietly at their home in Monticello.
You look surprised to see me.
Well, I shouldn't be. Life is full of surprises lately, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and I think I may have 1 or 2 more for you.
Like a coffee or something?
No, nothing, thanks.
You saw Hazel Weston last night, I take it?
Yes, I did.
And?
Well, she's divorced. She lives alone. She's very unhappy. And looks it, too. She's got an extraordinary amount of dislike for Valerie Bryson. I don't know, maybe it's just feminine competition or something.
How does she react to seeing you?
Well, she was shocked at first. I had to tell her that I was my own twin brother to get her to listen to me.
Well, what did she have to say about Jefferson Brown?
There, I think I touched a nerve. She tried to convince me of something that I didn't believe, although I didn't tell her that. She suggested that Jeff was secretly dating Valerie Bryson at the same time that I was.
Why would you say something like that?
I don't know. Make me feel badly about Valerie, I guess.
You don't suppose there's a possibility she did date him, do you?
Oh, it's possible, I suppose, but no. No, I mean, even though I did not spend every minute of every day with her, I know that she wasn't interested in Jeff. She would have told me.
You never know about women, Sky. Excuse me. Whitney residence? Oh, yes, Mrs. Saxon. I see. One moment, please, if you would. She wants to give me some information. I'm going to take it in the other room.
Raven Whitney. What are you like, I wonder? Determined, self-willed, selfish. That's what I see in the portrait. I wonder if we'll ever meet. You know, the man you loved looked just like me. I wonder if you'll like me for that or hate me. And what will I think of you? You are beautiful, Raven.
Ah, this is some dame, Miss Raven Whitney.
In more ways than one. Young and beautiful, and 3 husbands. Also, she has a kid somewhere.
There? That's too bad. I hate to cheat the kid out of all that bread, but finders keepers.
There is nothing but money in this Whitney family, Wolfie.
Yeah, I know. I'm reading. Wait, I'm reading. This dame must be, she must be loaded. It says here her husband had a fortune in excess of $200 million. Now, see, this is impressive.
You can say that again.
And if she's dying to get out of the country, that means she's got a big, fat load with her. See, we're in the big time, sweetheart.
Yeah, but we gotta be careful.
Hey, ain't I always?
I'm thinking about that last guy. The guy, fat guy from Wisconsin. That got a little hairy, remember?
Yeah, well, the fish had a picnic with the fat man. They're just gonna love a dish like Raven Whitney, too.
Enjoy your flight, miss.
Oh, thank you very much. Have a nice day.
And you? Well, and what's the destination today, officer?
New York City, please.
Hello?
You must be Mrs. Whitney, right?
Yes, it's true, I am.
Sit down. Sit down. You must be tired. You've come a long way.
How do you know where I came from?
Oh, it doesn't matter where you came from. What does matter is where you're going next. Isn't that right?
Yes, that's right.
Hey. Relax, honey. I can handle you. I can handle your problem.
Look, what I'm really concerned about is the fact that you know my real name. I mean, was that necessary?
No. Don't worry about it. I give you my word. See, the service we offer here is strictly confidential. We only ask 3 questions around here. 1, where do you want to go? 2, when you want to leave? And 3, you get the money with you.
It's 15, 20, $25,000.
All right, we'll go on.
What do you mean, go on?
Where's the rest of you?
You said it was $25,000.
Who, me?
Yes, you, on the telephone, you said $25,000.
You gotta be kidding, lady. I could have never told you anything like that.
Wait.
No, you wait a minute. Hey, Al!
You call me Wolfie?
Yeah. This is Mrs. Whitney.
Mrs. Whitney. We're working on your papers right now.
Wait a minute. What price did you quote to Mrs. Whitney when you talked to her on the phone?
I talked
Well, I guess I made a little mistake, Wolfie. I must have been using the old rate sheet when I talked to the lady.
I thought so.
Wait a minute.
Well, the price has gone up a little recently. It's now $50,000.
50,000, that's twice as much.
Gotta say one thing for you, honey. Your arithmetic's real good.
Inflation, you know?
That is highway robbery.
Nobody's twisting your arm, sweetheart. You can always cancel your trip.
All right. I'll pay the money, but only when I get the papers and I'm ready to leave.
No. It don't work that way. This is strictly cash, in advance.
I don't have the $50,000
Wait a
with me.
minute. You're going overseas for good. You gotta have money to take with you to live on. And don't give me you got one of these phony letters of credit, because people who leave the States like you are never do have them.
All right, I'll pay you the cash, but it's gonna take a while.
Well, the sooner you get it, Mrs. Whitney, the sooner you're gonna be on that boat.
You're right.
Why don't you leave the 25 grand here, It'll be safer than you carrying it around.
In your mind, maybe.
Follow her.